Welcome. So today we'll be talking about love and the concept of love and how we deal with love as men. So dancehall artist Mr. Lexx, known for the famous song Full 100, you know, he recently tweeted, I'm afraid of this fall in love thing. Nothing scare me more than a girl loving me today, then decide she doesn't want me tomorrow. That shit too painful. This thing is worse to be so close to me and then I have to watch you become a complete stranger again. And many of you who have been following up dancehall for many years may be privy to this information. And those casual fans might just be knowing this, but Mr. Lexx was one of the hottest dancehall artists in the late 90s, early 2000s. And just as he was on top of his game, he was involved with an uptowner, one of the well-off women uptown, so to speak. And as soon as his career started to take a dip, that female left him. That is the word on the streets. And it was big in around the entertainment circles at one point that Mr. Lexx took a great hit when that woman left him, and he has never been the same since. And that has been the case for a lot of persons in the music industry. Whenever you start, getting some clout, you start making some money, you are from humble beginnings. But women don't care that you're from humble beginnings when the money starts coming. And as you can see, Skilly Bang, was touted as being with a particular female now. And many persons are saying that, based on the person that Skilly Bang is now, that's the reason why he is with that woman, because a girl like that would not have been with him had he been regular Skilling Bang, a struggling DJ. But based on what happened to Lexus, that is definitely something that men should go through. Men should totally go through heartbreak. I have been through my fair share of heartbreaks, and while it was not a good feeling, what I can say is it built character. Heartbreak sheds that shield that a man has, to feel like, hey, I'm untouchable. I can do what I want, get as many girls as I want. I'm very famous. I have money. I have an ego. But whenever you go through an heartbreak and you see the person that you love leave out of your life, and you cannot win that woman back, you cannot persuade that woman to return or to stay, that feeling of being powerless, that will change you to be a beast. Either, well, that is if you are not, someone that suffers from weak emotions, lacking in the strength to pick yourself up, because people who have low emotional intelligence, they tend to do the opposite of rising. They tend to sink in their despair and are known to resort to violence, killing the woman, killing the dog, killing themselves, killing the kids. And we can't have that, we can't support that type of thing. So I would advise men not to, don't take it too hard. You can't really control your feelings, that pain that you feel within, you can't switch it off. It's not a switch. However, if you allow yourself to go through that healing process, I promise you that you will come back 10 times stronger than you were as a human being before going through it. Another thing that you will endure or that you might change is, how you view love. Because as you can see, Mr. Lex is clearly saying here that he does not want to fall in love again. He's afraid of that. And that is one of the things that I endured. I did not want to fall in love. And I tried my best, to just fuck some pussy and try my best not to get so emotionally invested in a female, you know what I mean? So I keep them at a base. And while that is not really a good thing, it's not really a bad thing either, you know what I mean? Because you want to protect your space, you want to protect your sanity, because this is actually a serious thing, you know what I mean? People have not returned, people have lost everything due to emotional breakdown, you know what I mean? People have given up on their lives, resorted to alcohol abuse, drug abuse, you know what I mean, kill themselves and so forth, you know. So I would say, if you can do without falling into love, but rather standing in love, that should be the avenue you should go to. You know what I mean? So don't fall in love, stand in love. You know, and that is what I have decided to do. So in former years now, since I have, started to recover from my heartbreak, I've decided that I'm not going to put my all into a woman. You know what I mean? I am not going to invest too much. Give her a good fuck, treat her like a queen, but I am not going to be too emotionally invested in her to the point where if she leaves out of my life, I am going to be a shell of myself like I was before. And I think that is what Lexus went through, because based on the news that were going out at that time, I was wondering if there were rumors that he was really that broken by that woman. But based on this tweet, it would basically appear that it was indeed a fact. That woman really destroyed something in Mr. Lexx during that time of their separation. So basically, life is very unpredictable. You know what I mean? This person might be your queen for this minute, and then the next minute she's gone, you know what I mean? And she's looking at you like you never existed. You know what I mean? She's looking at you who she used to be sucking your dick and licking your balls. She's looking at you like you can never touch her again. You know what I mean? And as men, we have to learn to take stuff like that, you know what I mean, with a stride, and not feed into our ego and try to, harm people or cause harm to ourselves. Because a lot of times these things are based on ego. We can't take that L, especially if you're the type of dude that is not used to taking L's. You were the popular guy in high school. You're the popular artist now. You grew up with some money. So women were always in your corner, and you're not used to being rejected. When you're not used to being rejected, that definitely hurts harder. And so trust me, whenever you are able to rise above that hurt, you will be a different beast. So don't hurt people, you know what I mean? Don't hurt yourself. Allow the healing to take place, you know what I mean? Because I would say I'm a way stronger person since going through that breakup and allowing myself to go through the process, you know what I mean? Since then, money went up, stability went up, everything went up, stock went up. Well, I can't say the same for that person, but for myself, you know what I mean? My stock went up. So if you're a real man who can be about your business, who can handle, struggles or whatever, you shall rise, you know what I mean, to the top, going through something like that, because it builds character, you know. So don't be irrational like the other waste man who kill them woman and kill themselves and be total jackasses over a breakup. Just respect time and take the healing and take the lessons. Use the L and turn them into lessons.